Si PM ba yun? Hi, PM!
Oh, Faye, kamusta? Bakit nga pala wala ka sa online class natin kagabi? Alam mo na ba na may quiz tayo mamaya?
Ay, talaga ba? Maulan din sa amin kagabi.
Ay, ganun ba? Okay lang yan. May pre-provide naman sa atin na video si sir.
Ay, sige, panoorin natin.
Amajus Day, everyone. We are the Group 7, and we will discuss what is all about anarchism. Before starting our discussion, let us first define what is our objective for today's lesson. In the end of the discussion, we are expected to first define anarchism, second is to recognize types of anarchism, and third is to identify its relevance. Moving forward, we are to answer the question, what is anarchism? The word anarchism comes from the Greek word anarchia, which means without rulers or without authority. The word anarchy is derived from the Greek word rule or authority. Anarchism promotes voluntary cooperation and individual freedom in a society. Next is we are to discuss the two main varieties of anarchism that are typically distinguished, which are the individualism anarchism and the socialist anarchism. Let us first define what is an individualist anarchism. An individualist anarchism is associated with prominent individuals such as Max Stirner and Benjamin Tucker, who place a high value on individual liberty and promote voluntary cooperation and mutual agreements. Second is the socialist anarchism. The goal of this subset is to establish both economic and social equality, mutualism, anarcho-syndicalism, and anarcho-communism. These are the examples of subcategories. Anarcho-communists is an image of a society without classes and without states based on a common ownership. A society with voluntary exchanges and cooperative businesses is what mutualists or inspired by thinkers. Imagine while anarcho-syndicalists support the working class direct action for self-management. So to sum up everything, these are the differences highlight the various viewpoints within anarchism, which range from the dedication to individual liberty to an emphasis.
The history of anarchism. Anarchism emerged in the 19th century in reaction to industrialization and oppressive governance, advocating for personal freedom and decentralized systems. Figures like Bakunin and Goldman advocated for a stateless society based on voluntary cooperation, influenced by Godwin and Proudhon, persisting a powerful philosophy inspiring autonomy and equality amidst internal challenges and external opposition. So the next thing that I will discuss is about the past events and current events related to anarchism. So let me first discuss the Philippine Revolution, a late 19th century movement aimed at gaining independence from Spanish colonial rule, influenced by various ideologies, including anarchism. So, some examples showcasing the influence of anarchism during the Philippine Revolution is during the late 19th century, figures like Jose Rizal, a prominent Filipino nationalist, writer, and revolutionary, were briefly influenced by anarchist ideas. So Rizal's work, particularly his novels like No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo, emphasized themes of social injustices, freedom, and the plight of the Filipino people under Spanish colonial rule. While Rizal wasn't explicitly an anarchist, his writings and calls for social reforms bore resemblances to certain anarchist principles, such as advocating for the empowerment and liberation of the Filipino people from oppressive colonial control. So the next would be medieval Icelandic Commonwealth. This is often cited as an example of a society without a central authority. So, government by a decentralized system of chieftains and assemblies called all things, this arrangement showcase elements of self-governance and consensus-based decision-making, resembling aspect of anarchism with its lack of a centralized governing body.
Moving on with the characteristics of anarchism, first is the rejection of hierarchy. Anarchists believe that all forms of hierarchy, including government, capitalism, and patriarchy, are harmful and should be abolished. They argue that these hierarchies create inequality and prevent individuals from reaching their full potential. Next is emphasis on voluntary cooperation. Anarchists believe that people are naturally cooperative and can create a just and equitable society without the need for government. They advocate for forms of social organization based on mutual aid and consensus based decision making. Third is individualism. Anarchists value individual freedom and autonomy. They believe that individuals should be free to make their own choices and live their lives as they see fit without interference from others. Lastly is direct action. Anarchists often use direct actions such as protests, strikes, and boycotts to achieve their goals. They believe that direct action is necessary to bring about social change. One of the famous anarchists is Emma Goldman. Emma Goldman was an anarchist known for her political activism, writing, and speeches. She played a pivotal role in the development of anarchist political philosophy in North America and Europe in the first half of the 20th century. She believed that state was a gold monster, as it used ideas of patriotism to coerce and manipulate its population into embarking on military adventures in other nations for territorial expansion. Goldman is often referred to as anarchist feminist, and Goldman herself participated in the Spanish Civil War advanced anarchism in Spain. Next anarchist is Peter Kropotkin. Kropotkin challenged those that believed Charles Darwin's evolutionary theory of survival of the fittest justified racial and class hierarchy. Kropotkin had a utopian view of society and supported the idea that anarchy is order. The beliefs in anarchism. First is anti-statism. The most important and famous of these beliefs is anti-statism, which is rejection of all forms of hierarchy in favor of the organization of society based on cooperation and voluntary participation. The state or government is an example of hierarchical system in which those who govern are the top and exert their power and influence over those governed. Next is anti-clericalism. Anti-clericalism refers to opposition to religious authorities. The term originally applied to opposition to Catholic. Next is anti-clericalism. Anti-clericalism refers to opposition to religious authorities. The term originally applied to opposition to Catholic authority but has since come to apply to all religious influence. Anarchists are often anti-clericalism as they view religion as a coercive force because religion often uses concepts of hell and heaven to force people into obedience. Religion also upholds class inequality as it keeps the poor and working class disillusioned as they maintain the belief that Despite their struggles on earth, they can receive grandeur in heaven if they follow the commands of a God. Third is liberty. Anarchism seeks to promote true and complete liberty. However, liberty is incompatible with any form of powerful authority. So the anarchist stance on liberty reinforces its rejection of the state. To have true liberty, individuals must have autonomy. Within anarchism, there are differing views on what liberty looks like. This manifests the individualist and collectivist anarchism. Lastly is economic freedom. Another of the main beliefs of anarchism is economic freedom, as it enables individuals to organize their economic affairs autonomously. Anarchists oppose all systems that do not allow for complete economic freedom. For example, capitalism and many socialist economic systems. Systems that do not allow for economic freedom are viewed as exploitative and oppressive due to the power of dynamics they perpetuate and sustain.
Next, we will talk about varieties of anarchism. Anarchism comes in different forms. The range of ways in which centralization and authority may reveal themselves is revealed by the intersections between anarchist critics of hierarchical centralized power and authority. First is political anarchism. Political anarchism is looked at as the selective concept of political justification, which means that anarchism provides doubtful and unreliable ideas regarding political justifications. Second is religious anarchism. The ideas of Christian anarchist theology embraces religion wholeheartedly. Its ideas opposes the church and the government and mainly focuses on God. Third is theoretical anarchism. The rejection of authority by anarchists find applications in literary and philosophical theory as well as in epistemology. Anarchism challenges centralized moral authority by upholding core ideals and conventional values such as freedom and independence. And lastly is applied anarchism. The broad critical framework provided by the anarchist critic of authority provides a useful theory or methodology for social critique. Anarchism is a social-political theory that opposes various oppressive systems, including racism, sexism, government, capitalism, and anti-LGBTQIA+. Lastly, we will discuss the objections. First objection is that anarchism is nihilistic and destructive. Critics argue that anarchism is a term for instability, opposition to authority, and aggression, overlooking the diversity of anarchist beliefs, including peacekeeping, fairness, and sovereignty. Next is that anarchism is utopian. This objection holds that there is simply no way to destroy or deconstruct the state. Critics argue that anarchist political theory is fruitless due to its lack of a unified utopian social vision, no anarchist society, and the inability to destroy the state.
To summarize our discussion, anarchism seeks a society without centralized authority, promoting either individual freedom or social equality, emerging in response to oppressive governance during industrialization. It influenced anti-colonial movements and protests worldwide, advocating decentralized structures and emphasizing personal liberty or fairness for all.